Hello, and welcome to our podcast, where we help you learn English in practical and fun ways. I'm Michael.
And I'm Emma. Today, we're diving into a topic that many of you have requested: how to learn English alone at home. We know that studying alone can be challenging, but with the right strategies, you can make significant progress.
That's right, Emma. Learning a language is like building a house. You need a solid foundation and the right tools. And today we're going to share those tools with you so you can build your English skills confidently and effectively, even if you're studying on your own.
In this episode, we'll cover a range of techniques and tips, from practical exercises to using technology, that will help you practice and improve your English at home. Whether you're a beginner or an advanced learner, there's something here for everyone.
We'll start with some simple habits you can incorporate into your daily routine. These habits will help you stay consistent and motivated. Then, we'll move on to more advanced techniques, including ways to improve your speaking, listening, reading, and writing skills.
And remember, the key to success is consistency. Even if you can only dedicate a few minutes each day, it's better than doing nothing. Small, regular practice sessions can lead to big improvements over time.
We'll also discuss some common challenges that come with studying alone and how to overcome them. Things like feeling isolated, losing motivation, or not knowing if you're making progress. We've all been there, and we're here to help you navigate through these challenges.
That's right. We'll share our personal experiences and some stories from other learners who have successfully learned English on their own. It's all about finding what works best for you and sticking with it.
So, grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's get started. By the end of this episode, you'll have a clear plan and some new ideas to try out in your own study routine.
And don't forget, if you find this episode helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Your support helps us create more content to help you on your English learning journey.
Absolutely. We're here to help you succeed, and we're excited to share these tips with you. Let's dive into our first segment, creating effective study habits.
Segment 2. Why learning alone can be effective.
Learning a language on your own can seem daunting at first, but it actually has some distinct advantages. One of the biggest benefits is that you have complete control over your learning process. You get to choose what to study, when to study, and how to study. This flexibility allows you to tailor your learning experience to your personal preferences and needs.
That's so true, Michael. When you're studying alone, you're not bound by the pace of a classroom or a group. You can move quickly through material that you find easy and spend more time on areas that are challenging. This self-directed approach can lead to more efficient learning because you're focusing on what you really need.
Another advantage is that you can create a comfortable and personalized learning environment. Whether you prefer studying in a quiet room, listening to music, or even studying in a cozy cafe, the choice is yours. This level of comfort can help reduce stress and make the learning process more enjoyable.
And let's not forget about the power of self-discipline and motivation. Learning alone requires you to be responsible for your own progress. This can be a great opportunity to develop valuable skills like time management, self-motivation, and perseverance. These skills are not only useful for language learning, but also in many other areas of life.
Absolutely, Emma. Another benefit of studying alone is that it allows you to learn at your own pace. There's no pressure to keep up with others or slow down for anyone. You can take the time you need to fully understand a concept before moving on. This deep understanding is crucial for mastering a new language.
There's also the benefit of being able to explore topics that interest you. When you're studying alone, you can dive into subjects that you're passionate about, whether it's English literature, travel, or even specific topics like cooking or technology. This makes the learning process more engaging and relevant to your life.
Another great aspect of learning alone is the ability to use a variety of resources. You can explore textbooks, online courses, videos, podcasts, and more. This variety helps to keep things interesting and prevents your study routine from becoming monotonous.
And let's not forget about the ability to practice speaking and listening skills in a focused way. You can listen to native speakers, repeat after them, and even record yourself to check your pronunciation. These exercises can be done at your own pace and repeated as many times as you need.
Finally, learning alone can also help build confidence. As you see your progress and achieve your goals, you'll become more confident in your abilities. This confidence can encourage you to speak and use the language more often, which is key to improving your skills.
So, while learning alone does have its challenges, it also offers many opportunities for growth and personal development. The key is to stay motivated, be consistent, and make use of the many resources available to you. Remember, you're in control of your learning journey. Segment 3: Tips for practicing speaking alone.
Now, let's dive into some practical tips for practicing speaking English when you're studying alone. Speaking is one of the most challenging aspects of language learning, but it's also one of the most important. So, how can you practice speaking English effectively on your own?
The first tip is to speak aloud as much as possible. This might feel strange at first, but it's a crucial part of improving your speaking skills. Try describing your day, talking about your plans, or even narrating what you're doing as you go about your daily activities. The key is to get comfortable with producing the language. For instance, if you're cooking, describe each step of the process out loud. Now I'm chopping the vegetables. Next, I'll sauté them in the pan. This continuous practice can help you become more fluent.
A great exercise is to talk to yourself in the mirror. This can help you practice speaking with confidence and improve your pronunciation. It also allows you to see your facial expressions and body language, which are important aspects of communication. Try making eye contact with yourself and speaking clearly, just as you would in a conversation with someone else. You can simulate conversations by asking yourself questions and answering them, which can be particularly useful for preparing for interviews or presentations.
Another useful technique is shadowing. This involves listening to a native speaker, such as in a podcast or video, and then repeating what they say as closely as possible. Try to match their speed, intonation, and pronunciation. This exercise helps improve your listening skills and your ability to mimic native-like speech patterns. For example, you could use TED Talks or language learning channels on YouTube as resources. Choose a short clip, listen carefully, and then repeat what you hear, trying to match the speaker's rhythm and intonation.
It's also helpful to record yourself speaking. Choose a topic, speak about it for a few minutes, and then listen to the recording. This can be a powerful tool for identifying areas where you can improve, such as pronunciation, grammar, or vocabulary use. Over time, you'll be able to track your progress and see how much you've improved. You can use simple tools like your smartphone's voice recorder or apps specifically designed for language practice.
Don't forget about the importance of using various resources. There are plenty of online tools and apps designed to help you practice speaking. For example, you can use language exchange apps to connect with native speakers and practice conversation. You can also use language learning apps that offer speaking exercises and feedback. Apps like Duolingo, Babbel, or Rosetta Stone provide structured lessons that include speaking components, helping you build confidence gradually.
Another tip is to immerse yourself in the language as much as possible. Surround yourself with English by watching movies, listening to music, and following English-speaking YouTubers or podcasts. The more you hear the language, the more natural it will become for you to speak it. Try setting specific times during the day when you only consume English content, like during your morning routine or while commuting.
A fun way to practice speaking is to imitate your favorite characters or celebrities. Watch a scene from a movie or TV show and try to imitate the way the characters speak, including their accent, intonation, and expressions. This can be a playful way to work on your speaking skills and also understand different cultural nuances. For instance, you could choose a dramatic scene and focus on conveying the emotions and tone used by the characters.
Another helpful practice is to describe what you see. For example, when you're out for a walk, try describing your surroundings in English. Talk about the people you see, the weather, the buildings, anything. This exercise can help expand your vocabulary and improve your ability to describe things in detail. You could also carry a small notebook to jot down new words or phrases that come to mind.
It's also beneficial to practice speaking about specific topics. Choose a topic you're interested in or one that's relevant to your goals and prepare a short talk about it. This could be anything from your favorite book to a recent news event. Practicing structured speaking can help you organize your thoughts and present them clearly. Additionally, consider creating a list of common topics and practice speaking about each one for a set amount of time.
To add a layer of challenge, you can set a timer and try to speak on a topic without pausing. This can help you improve your fluency and think on your feet. It's a great way to simulate real-life conversations where you need to respond quickly and naturally. Start with shorter time limits and gradually increase as you become more comfortable.
Finally, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are a natural part of the learning process. The more you speak, the more comfortable you'll become, and the more you'll improve. It's important to practice regularly and keep pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Remember, even native speakers make mistakes, and the goal is to communicate effectively, not perfectly.
Absolutely, Emma. Consistency is key. Make speaking a daily habit, and over time, you'll see significant improvements. Remember, the goal is not just to speak English, but to communicate effectively and confidently. Practice makes perfect, and with each effort, you're one step closer to fluency.
And there you have it. Practical tips for practicing speaking English when you're alone. Whether you're speaking to yourself in the mirror, shadowing native speakers, or recording your own voice, these techniques can help you develop your speaking skills and boost your confidence. Don't forget to enjoy the process and celebrate your progress along the way. Segment 4. Building vocabulary.
One of the key components of mastering a language is building a robust vocabulary. When you're learning alone, expanding your vocabulary might seem daunting, but there are many effective strategies you can use. Let's explore some of the best ways to enhance your vocabulary independently.
First, let's talk about the importance of reading extensively. Reading is one of the most effective ways to learn new words in context. Whether it's books, articles, blogs, or even comics, reading materials in English can expose you to a wide range of vocabulary. When you encounter new words, try to understand their meanings from the context before looking them up. This practice helps you remember words better because you're associating them with a story or an idea.
A useful tool for learning vocabulary through reading is keeping a vocabulary journal. Whenever you come across a new word, write it down along with its definition, the sentence in which you found it, and a new sentence you create using that word. This practice not only helps reinforce the meaning, but also aids in retention. Reviewing your journal regularly can also help refresh your memory and integrate these new words into your active vocabulary.
Another effective method is to use flashcards. Flashcards can be physical or digital, and they are a great way to practice and review vocabulary. On one side of the flashcard, write the new word, and on the other side, write the definition, an example sentence, and any synonyms or antonyms. Apps like Anki or Quizlet are excellent for creating digital flashcards and can even provide spaced repetition, which helps ensure that you review the words at optimal intervals for memory retention.
Speaking of digital tools, vocabulary apps can be incredibly helpful. Apps like Memrise, Duolingo, and others offer gamified learning experiences that make vocabulary acquisition fun and engaging. These apps often include quizzes, games, and spaced repetition techniques to help you learn and remember new words. They also track your progress, giving you a sense of achievement as you expand your vocabulary.
Another approach is learning through context, which means focusing on understanding how words are used in real-life situations. Watching movies, TV shows, or YouTube videos in English is a fantastic way to see vocabulary in action. Pay attention to how words are used in different contexts, and take note of any new expressions or idioms. For example, you might hear a character say, "It's a piece of cake," meaning something is easy. Understanding these expressions in context can help you remember them more effectively.
Don't underestimate the power of listening to music and podcasts. These resources not only help with pronunciation and listening skills, but also expose you to everyday language and colloquial expressions. Lyrics in songs often use idiomatic language, and podcasts can cover a wide range of topics, giving you exposure to specific vocabulary related to different fields.
Another useful technique is using mnemonics to remember new words. Mnemonics are memory aids that can help you recall complex information. For example, if you're trying to remember the word gregarious, which means sociable, you might think of Greg as a friendly guy who loves to be around people. Creating such associations can make it easier to recall the meanings of words.
It's also beneficial to categorize vocabulary. Grouping words by themes or topics can make them easier to remember. For instance, you could create categories like travel, food, emotions, or technology. This method not only helps in organizing your learning, but also in recalling words when discussing specific topics. You can further break down categories into subcategories, such as fruits and vegetables, under food.
Synonym and antonym practice is another effective strategy. For each new word you learn, try to find at least one synonym and one antonym. This not only helps you understand the nuances of the word, but also expands your vocabulary by introducing you to related words. For example, if you learn the word happy, you can also learn joyful, synonym, and sad, antonym.
Practicing word association games can also be fun and helpful. For example, if you think of the word beach, you might associate it with sand, waves, sun, and relaxation. This technique can help reinforce connections between words and concepts, making them easier to recall in conversation.
Additionally, writing practice can significantly aid vocabulary building. Try writing short stories, essays, or even daily journals using new words you've learned. This practice helps you use words actively rather than just recognizing them passively. The more you use a word, the more natural it becomes in your vocabulary.
Another great method is learning word roots, prefixes, and suffixes. Understanding the basic components of words can help you deduce the meanings of new words. For instance, the root spect means to look, so words like inspect, spectator, and spectacle all relate to looking or seeing.
Lastly, practice using new vocabulary in conversations. If you have language exchange partners or friends who speak English, make an effort to incorporate new words into your discussions. This not only helps solidify your understanding, but also boosts your confidence in using the language.
Remember, building vocabulary is a gradual process, and consistency is key. By incorporating these strategies into your daily routine, you'll steadily expand your vocabulary and improve your overall English proficiency.
And don't forget to be patient with yourself. Learning a language takes time, and it's okay to make mistakes along the way. The most important thing is to keep practicing and stay curious. With each new word you learn, you're one step closer to mastering the language.
So, keep reading, listening, and speaking, and watch your vocabulary grow. In the next segment, we'll discuss how to practice speaking English fluently and confidently. Stay tuned.
Segment 5. Improving listening skills.
One of the fundamental aspects of learning any language is developing strong listening skills. Understanding spoken English can be challenging, especially with different accents, speeds, and colloquial expressions. But don't worry, we've got you covered. In this segment, we'll explore effective strategies to improve your listening skills, whether you're at home, commuting, or even working out.
A great starting point is immersing yourself in English through various forms of media. This includes listening to podcasts, watching TV shows, movies, or even YouTube videos. The key here is to expose yourself to a variety of accents and speaking styles. For instance, you might start with American sitcoms like Friends or British dramas like Sherlock. The more diverse the material, the better you'll become at understanding different pronunciations and intonations.
Another effective method is active listening practice. This involves not just hearing the words, but also understanding the context and details. One way to practice active listening is by watching videos or listening to podcasts with subtitles. First, try to understand the content without looking at the subtitles. Afterward, watch it again with subtitles to see how much you understood correctly. This technique helps you focus on the spoken words and improve your comprehension.
To enhance your listening skills further, consider using language learning apps and platforms that specialize in listening exercises. Apps like Duolingo, Babbel, and Rosetta Stone offer listening drills where you can practice identifying words and phrases. Additionally, platforms like LingQ provide a library of short audio clips and stories tailored to different proficiency levels. These resources are excellent for practicing listening to clear native pronunciation.
Shadowing is another powerful technique for improving listening and speaking skills simultaneously. The idea is to listen to a short audio clip or dialogue and then repeat it immediately after you hear it, trying to mimic the speaker's intonation, rhythm, and pronunciation. This exercise helps you get used to the natural flow of English and improves your ability to understand spoken words quickly.
Another important aspect is listening for gist and specific details. When listening to a conversation or a talk, try to understand the main idea or the overall message first. Once you grasp the general context, focus on specific details like names, numbers, dates, and other important information. This skill is particularly useful in real-life situations where you might not catch every word, but still need to understand the key points.
For those who enjoy music, listening to English songs can be a fun and engaging way to improve your listening skills. Pay attention to the lyrics and try to understand them without reading along. After listening, you can look up the lyrics to check your comprehension. Singing along can also help with pronunciation and intonation, making it a multi-sensory learning experience.
Participating in language exchange sessions can also be incredibly beneficial. If you have access to online platforms or local meetups, try to engage in conversations with native English speakers or other learners. These exchanges often involve listening to different accents and speaking styles, which can help you become more versatile in your listening comprehension. Plus, it's a great way to practice your speaking skills too.
Listening to audiobooks is another excellent method, especially if you enjoy storytelling. Audiobooks provide a continuous stream of spoken language, allowing you to immerse yourself in different narratives. Start with books that match your language level and gradually move to more complex materials. This gradual progression helps build your confidence and understanding of spoken English.
Watching documentaries and news programs is another great strategy. Documentaries often feature clear and articulate speech, making them ideal for learning new vocabulary and understanding complex topics. News programs, on the other hand, expose you to current events and formal language use, which can be useful for academic and professional settings.
Practice listening to different speeds and accents. Start with slower, clearer speech and gradually challenge yourself with faster-paced content. For example, you can listen to TED Talks, which are available in various languages and often come with transcripts. Start with speakers who have clear articulation and then move on to those with different accents or faster speech patterns.
Joining online communities and forums where people discuss English learning can also be a valuable resource. Platforms like Reddit, language exchange apps, and Facebook groups allow you to engage in conversations, listen to voice messages, and even participate in live discussions. This interaction helps you get accustomed to everyday English and informal speech.
Remember, consistency is key. Make listening practice a daily habit, even if it's just for 15 to 30 minutes a day. The more you expose yourself to the language, the more familiar it will become. Don't be discouraged if you don't understand everything right away. Progress takes time and patience.
Finally, set specific listening goals. For example, aim to understand at least 70% of a podcast episode without subtitles by the end of the month. Setting clear, achievable goals helps keep you motivated and focused on your progress.
In the next segment, we'll explore how to improve your reading skills, which is equally important in your language learning journey. Stay tuned for tips on how to make reading an engaging and effective part of your study routine.
Segment 6. Writing Practice.
Writing is a crucial skill in mastering any language, and English is no exception. It allows you to express your thoughts clearly, improve your grammar, and expand your vocabulary. In this segment, we'll delve into various methods and tips for practicing your writing skills, whether you're a beginner or an advanced learner.
Let's start with one of the most foundational practices: keeping a daily journal. Writing in a journal allows you to reflect on your day, your thoughts, and your feelings in English. It's a great way to practice writing regularly without the pressure of formal assignments. Start by writing about your daily activities, your goals, or even your thoughts on current events. The key is to write consistently and not worry too much about making mistakes.
Another excellent practice is writing essays and articles. Choose a topic that interests you and set a word count goal. For example, you could write a 300-word article on a recent news event or a 500-word essay on a cultural topic. This exercise helps you structure your thoughts and arguments logically. As you progress, you can increase the complexity and length of your essays, experimenting with different styles and tones.
Participating in online forums and discussion groups is another great way to practice writing. Websites like Reddit, Quora, and language learning forums offer opportunities to engage in written conversations. Respond to questions, share your opinions, and interact with other users. This not only helps you practice writing, but also exposes you to a variety of writing styles and vocabulary used by native speakers.
Creative writing exercises are a fun and engaging way to improve your writing skills. Try writing short stories, poems, or even dialogues. Creative writing allows you to experiment with different genres and tones, helping you become more versatile in your writing. For instance, you could write a short story based on a picture prompt or create a dialogue between two characters in a fictional scenario. This practice enhances your creativity and fluency.
Letter writing is another valuable exercise. Write letters to friends, family, or even fictional characters. You can practice both formal and informal styles by writing different types of letters, such as thank you notes, invitations, or even complaint letters. This helps you understand the nuances of tone and style required for different types of communication.
Blogging is an excellent platform for practicing writing while sharing your thoughts with a broader audience. Start a blog on a topic you're passionate about, whether it's travel, cooking, technology, or any other interest. Blogging helps you practice regular writing and allows you to receive feedback from readers. You can also explore different writing formats, such as reviews, tutorials, or opinion pieces.
Using writing prompts is a great way to get started when you're not sure what to write about. Writing prompts provide a starting point or a scenario that you can expand on. For example, a prompt could be, describe a day in the life of a superhero. These prompts can spark your creativity and help you practice writing in various styles, from descriptive to narrative.
Editing and revising your work is a critical part of the writing process. After writing a draft, take some time to review and revise it. Look for grammar mistakes, awkward phrasing, and areas where you can improve clarity and coherence. Editing helps you become more aware of common errors and how to correct them. It also helps you refine your writing style and improve the overall quality of your work.
Reading extensively can also significantly improve your writing skills. The more you read, the more you'll understand different writing styles, sentence structures, and vocabulary. Try to read a variety of materials, such as books, articles, and essays. Pay attention to how writers construct their sentences, develop their arguments, and convey their ideas. This practice helps you internalize good writing practices and apply them to your writing.
Setting specific writing goals can help keep you motivated and focused. For example, you could set a goal to write a certain number of words each day or to complete a specific number of writing exercises each week. Having clear goals gives you something to strive for and helps track your progress. It also encourages you to practice writing regularly, which is crucial for improvement.
Engaging with writing partners or joining a writing group can provide valuable feedback and support. Share your work with others and ask for constructive criticism. This feedback can help you identify areas for improvement and gain new perspectives on your writing. Writing groups also offer a sense of community and encouragement, making the writing process more enjoyable and less isolating.
Using writing tools and resources can also enhance your writing practice. Tools like Grammarly, Hemingway Editor, and Thesaurus.com can help you with grammar, style, and vocabulary. These tools provide suggestions for improvement and help you learn from your mistakes. Additionally, online courses and tutorials on writing can offer structured guidance and tips from experienced writers.
Lastly, embrace the process of trial and error. Writing, like any skill, takes time and practice to develop. Don't be afraid to experiment with different styles, topics, and formats. The more you write, the more you'll discover your voice and improve your skills. Remember, every piece of writing is an opportunity to learn and grow.
As we wrap up this segment, remember that writing is a powerful tool for communication and self-expression. Whether you're writing for personal enjoyment or for academic and professional purposes, these practices will help you become a more confident and skilled writer.
In the next segment, we'll discuss how to build confidence in speaking English. This is a crucial step for anyone looking to improve their communication skills. Stay tuned as we share practical tips and techniques to help you speak English with confidence. Segment 7. Integrating English into daily life.
One of the most effective ways to improve your English skills is by integrating the language into your daily life. This approach not only makes learning more enjoyable, but also helps you practice consistently. In this segment, we'll explore practical tips for incorporating English into your everyday activities, ensuring that language practice becomes a natural part of your routine.
A simple yet powerful method is to change the language settings on your devices to English. This includes your smartphone, computer, tablet, and even apps like social media and games. By doing so, you'll encounter English terms and instructions regularly, helping you become more familiar with everyday vocabulary and phrases.
Another great way to integrate English is by listening to English music, podcasts, and radio stations. Whether you're commuting, exercising, or doing chores, having English audio playing in the background can significantly improve your listening skills and pronunciation. Choose content that interests you, whether it's news, comedy, or educational podcasts, to make the experience enjoyable.
Watching English movies and TV shows is another excellent way to immerse yourself in the language. Try watching with English subtitles to help you follow along and understand new words. This practice not only improves your listening comprehension, but also exposes you to different accents, dialects, and cultural nuances.
Reading in English is equally important. Make it a habit to read English newspapers, magazines, blogs, or books. Start with topics you're interested in or genres you enjoy. You can also follow English-speaking influencers and content creators on social media, which can provide you with bite-sized reading material daily.
Writing in English can be seamlessly integrated into your life as well. For example, you can start a personal blog, write daily to-do lists, or keep a journal in English. Another idea is to leave notes for yourself around the house in English, like reminders or motivational quotes. These small writing exercises help reinforce your language skills in a practical and meaningful way.
Engaging in conversations in English whenever possible is crucial. If you have friends or family members who speak English, try to communicate with them in English, even if it's just for a few minutes a day. You can also join online forums or language exchange platforms where you can chat with native speakers or other learners.
Using English in your hobbies and interests is a fun way to practice. For example, if you enjoy cooking, follow English recipes and cooking shows. If you're into fitness, try watching English workout videos or reading articles on health and wellness. By combining language practice with your passions, you'll be more motivated to learn and engage with the material.
Finally, set specific goals for integrating English into your daily life. For instance, you could aim to read an English article every morning, listen to an English podcast during lunch, or write a short paragraph in English before bed. Setting achievable goals helps you stay on track and measure your progress.
Remember, the key to integrating English into your daily life is consistency and enjoyment. The more you expose yourself to the language, the more natural it will become. In the next segment, we'll explore strategies for building confidence in speaking English, a critical aspect of language learning. Segment 8. Staying motivated.
Staying motivated is one of the biggest challenges when learning a language, especially when you're studying alone. It's easy to lose enthusiasm or feel overwhelmed by the process. But don't worry, in this segment, we'll share some practical strategies to help you stay motivated and keep pushing towards your English learning goals.
One of the first steps to staying motivated is to set clear, achievable goals. Break down your overall language learning objectives into smaller, manageable tasks. For instance, instead of setting a vague goal like improve my English, try setting specific targets like learn 20 new vocabulary words per week, or watch one English movie without subtitles by the end of the month. Achieving these smaller goals can provide a sense of accomplishment and keep you motivated.
Another effective strategy is to track your progress. Keep a journal or use an app to record your daily or weekly language activities. Documenting what you've learned and how much time you've spent practicing can help you see your progress over time. It's a great way to stay accountable and remind yourself of how far you've come, even if progress feels slow at times.
Celebrating your achievements is also crucial. Whether it's completing a difficult reading passage, holding a conversation with a native speaker, or mastering a tricky grammar rule, take the time to acknowledge and reward yourself for your successes. It could be something as simple as treating yourself to your favorite snack or taking a relaxing break.
Finding a study routine that works for you is another key to maintaining motivation. Some people thrive with a strict schedule, while others prefer a more flexible approach. Experiment with different routines and times of the day to see when you're most productive. Remember, it's not about how much time you spend studying, but about the consistency and quality of your practice.
Connecting with a community of learners can provide additional motivation and support. Join online forums, language exchange groups, or local meetups where you can share your experiences, ask questions, and receive encouragement from fellow learners. Being part of a community can make the journey less lonely and more enjoyable.
Making learning fun and engaging is another way to stay motivated. Incorporate your interests into your study sessions, whether it's through watching English movies, reading books on topics you love, or participating in discussions about your favorite hobbies. The more enjoyable your learning experience, the more likely you are to stick with it.
Finally, remember to be patient with yourself. Learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be ups and downs, days when you feel like you're making great progress, and days when it feels like you're stuck. That's perfectly normal. The important thing is to keep going and not give up.
Staying motivated requires a mix of discipline, self-compassion, and a positive mindset. By setting clear goals, tracking your progress, celebrating your achievements, and making learning enjoyable, you'll be well on your way to mastering English. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope these tips help you stay motivated on your language learning journey.